Speak Up with Vernisa
and Jen.
It's time to speak up. Hello, our name is Vernisa.
Hey, y'all, this is Jen.
And this is our podcast, Speak Up. Hey, we in the building. What's up, Jen?
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Glad that we made it to episode 85, live in the Good News Studio.
That's right, y'all. 85 episodes. I hope y'all are as excited as we are.
Yes, most definitely. For those of you that don't know, me and Jen are best friends. We create this podcast to use our voices to motivate people to overcome life challenges through self-love and respect.
That's right. If you haven't learned anything after 85 episodes, then the one thing I do hope you've learned is that self-love and respect are two core values we hold near and dear to our hearts.
Yes, most definitely. But before we get started, a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California. Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for mine. Tell them that Speak Up JV sent you. The Instagram is at myy.bar.
And an extra special shout out to our next sponsor, Crafted by 213. Is your partner tired of your lackluster performance in the kitchen? Are you tired of opening the fridge and not knowing what to cook? Do you close your full pantry and say there's nothing to eat? Call Crafted by 213. From catering to classes, let them craft the perfect experience for you. Bringing the flavors of the West Coast with love, Crafted by 213 will always leave you satisfied. Ask for a quote on IG at craftedb.213.
Woo! Speaking of Crafted by 213, it's time to introduce our amazing guest for tonight. Y'all give it up for Courtney Beavers, owner of the 213 brand. Woo! What's up?
Oh, I keep hitting this mic.
Hey, welcome to Speak Up JV.
How you guys doing today? Doing good, doing good.
Great. Happy first of the month.
You know, it is the first of the month. This is great. You know, December's here. It's Mariah Carey's. She's singing, so
it's her time.
It's her time.
Yeah.
Michael Bublé is starting to thaw out. I think he's on his. It's good. That's my shit.
That was perfect.
He did that. I see Q's teeth from here smiling. Yeah, he did that.
That was not rehearsed, y'all.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself and your brand.
Well, I started the 213 brand about 5 years ago. I was a chef at a private chef, actually, at a sorority, Kappa Kappa Gamma UCLA. There's some amazing girls over there. Very smart girls. You know, I actually learned a lot with them, and I was kind of tired of giving my money and my skills to somebody else. You know what I mean? I think that's just kind of what happens. You know, once I realized how much companies make off of me doing what I do best,
Right.
I thought I could make that for myself, and so I did. I initially started off with a partner when I started 213 Ramen initially, and then, you know, things kind of happened, and then, you know, we kind of went our separate ways. I did end up meeting an amazing group of people. I met with them under the Tiny Art Gallery, our second event, their second event, I should say, and then from there, our entire relationship and businesses blew up, you know, which is great. Like I said, met with an amazing group of individuals. We all kind of supported each other in the best way possible, and I guess it's great. You know, you actually have a team and people that you can really rely on. From there, I decided to get into merchandise, got my own brand. You know, Baking the Eggs apparel. You know, just to keep diversifying, teaching classes now, because I realized, especially during the pandemic, a lot of people love to cook, don't really know how to cook, and different things like that. And so I like to teach. You know, somebody once taught me in the kitchen, teach one, and that's the best way that we all can kind of learn and get everything done. So with that philosophy, brought teaching to what I do, and here we are now. You know, doing everything I can to stay afloat and keep it going.
That's awesome.
And the last time I saw you, I ran into you at an event you were catering,
That's right.
and
That's
your
right.
ramen was bomb. That ramen was hitting. Okay?
I appreciate you for that.
You know, I tasted someone's ramen, and then I had you made me like a cactus.
Oh, the cactus
sandwich.
bowl.
And I had
Oh,
that
the
too.
banh mi
And you made
sandwiches.
me
You had one of
back.
them joints.
Yeah, but I
Okay,
did
okay.
taste the ramen from somebody.
Yes.
And it was banging.
Thank
And
you,
thank
thank
you
you.
for the hat, by the way. It was
I,
Yes.
you know,
nice.
of
You
course,
brought
I
us some
appreciate.
merch,
I brought
y'all.
y'all some merch, of course,
Y'all.
of course.
Look.
Bacon and Eggs Apparel on Instagram at BCN EGZ Eggs Apparel on Instagram. Y'all get everything I need, okay?
And I'm
That's right.
excited to try this food you brought. What you
Yeah.
bring us, by the way?
Oh yeah, I couldn't bring it into the studio, but I made you guys a miso sweet potato soup,
Oh, I'm about to cry.
Ooh,
and I did it with the like a gochujang cream,
Mhm.
on top, and
nice.
then because I had to do a little razzle dazzle, I did a little bit of what was it Jamaica tequila granita.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh.
Yes,
I needed
yes,
that.
you know what I'm saying? A little something cool to wet your palate a
I
bit.
love
Hey,
that.
start the month off right, huh,
You know what I'm
Beverly?
Yes.
saying? Get your feelings right, you know?
Yes.
We're gonna have to take pictures of this, y'all. Y'all stay tuned.
So this might be an obvious question, but for people who might want to pursue something in cooking, is there any special like licenses or anything like that that they have to follow?
Okay. There's two you know, conventions of wisdom, I guess you could say, when it comes to the culinary industry. I went the school route. Okay, so I went to Le Cordon Bleu, you know,
Mhm.
19 years ago, maybe a little bit more. And that was cool. You know what I mean? I spent my money, and I guess the best thing I got out of that was learning how to not really cut myself too much. I mean, but it
Mm,
happens anyways.
mhm.
And then there's people that kind of just learn, they just jump into a kitchen and they learn, you know what I mean? And I've seen great chefs from both ends, you know what I mean? There are some licenses, like health certifications, different
Right.
stuff like that. But usually once you go to get these jobs or, once you, like I said, acquire these jobs, it kind of comes hand in hand
Okay.
with what you're doing. If anybody would want to go to a good school, I would say that they're not, breaking, like I guess, breaking their pocket for. Trade Tech is a wonderful school out
Mm,
here in LA that we have. From my experience, I've noticed a lot of the kids from Trade Tech, they just come out, retaining their knowledge a little bit more. I know they
nice.
have a little bit more of a hands-on, learning experience with as far as the cooking preparation and even selling of the food and all that sort of stuff. So Trade Tech's a wonderful. I went to Le Cordon Bleu, but I support Trade Tech for
Yay.
sure.
Throw it out there.
It's right here. It's local, right here downtown LA. They have a wonderful pastry program, which I need to kind of get into myself.
Mm,
Which I'm gonna throw a little tidbit out there that I learned. Anybody here from LAUSD?
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So you know that coffee cake
Yeah.
that you love so much.
Uh-huh.
The person that created that coffee cake, she used to teach at Trade Tech all the time, and that's
Really?
something she gives out to her students too. Yes,
Wow.
yes, and another fun fact: that same coffee cake recipe
Hmm.
is the one that's at 7-Eleven because that kid went to Trade Tech too.
Oh, 7-Eleven.
I knew it tasted familiar.
No,
I love them too.
look,
Be hoarding them, put in my pockets.
he putting us on game, y'all.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So
you know,
some good nuggets to put out there.
Mhm.
Hope y'all listening.
yeah.
So where did the name Crafted by 213 come from?
So okay, let's kick it back to 213 Ramen, okay? Because that's the where I kind of started everything. I'm from LA, you know what I mean. I'm from Compton originally, and my
Mm,
mom moved me to Santa Monica, and so I kind of have that dichotomy of two different areas,
mhm,
in me and my being. But for anybody that knows, 213 was the original area code of all of Los Angeles,
mhm.
and so once we started to scatter out and get more area codes, it became kind of the South area, you know what I mean? The South Los Angeles area. And so wanting to pay, homage to that,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? That's where I started, 213 Ramen. Um, to a degree too, anybody that's real familiar in the black community, this concept of what I do with my ramen, I do like, the Latin Asian fusion. But it kind of stemmed from I was in the system a bit, not the jail system, but the DCFS system for a little bit,
Gotcha.
and met with a couple different people, learned about spreads
Oh yeah.
and different things
Oh
like
shit.
that. You knew where I was going with this.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
So,
Get your
but what I've always known about them is that high in sodium. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They're not really, they're delicious, but they're not really good for you. So I wanted to see if I could take that and make it healthy. So
Mhm.
I made the broth salt, traditionally as I could, with the, green chili broth, 'cause that's how it started. You know what I
Mm.
mean? We made some green chili pork one day at work, and then I was like, bro, what if we added some noodles to this shit? And
You're making me hungry. It is. What if we had some noodles to this shit? Yeah, that's
and
it.
and that's what we did. And born after that, you know what I mean?
Nice.
So I've
Mm.
done so many different styles with dumplings,
Oh.
though now I've evolved it after a while. I was kind of tired of this whole cauliflower fad. Sorry to everybody that loves their cauliflower pizza and buffalo cauliflower, but I was getting burnt out on that.
Mhm.
That's why I started introducing a nopales or cactus to my ramen.
Nice.
You know what I'm
Yes.
talking, you
Yes,
know what
that's
I'm
right.
talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, because my thing is, when it comes to vegan food, especially, and I know you guys are vegetarian, right?
Right.
So, and working at this sorority, um, there's a real struggle to find really good, delicious food. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I know Impossible Meat and
Oh,
Mhm.
tempeh is exactly
Yeah, no.
okay. Sorry, guys, but I know it's out there, but it's not really that good.
Right.
And tofu, unless it's done,
correct.
Properly,
like
yeah.
right way,
Mhm.
people really fall short on that too.
Mhm.
So I I like to take care into the vegan and vegetarian foods.
Nice.
I still, I'm a meat eater myself. You know what I'm saying? I still love my steaks and everything like that. But I understand the strife of trying to find an actual whole meal
Yeah.
as a vegan or vegetarian that's really actually delicious. And that's not just side dishes or salads. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Because every time you go out, it's like, it's just mac and cheeses and all this other different sort of stuff like that, or
Potatoes.
potatoes
Yeah.
or freaking buffalo
There
cauliflower.
you go with
And as
that.
much as people want to swear up and down about this cauliflower pizza, you're not fooling me.
Right.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I came from that, from that perspective. And it was a good bet. You know what I mean? And so from there, as like I said, I'm a professional chef, private chef. I've done a lot of celebrity catering, different things like that for Jamie Foxx to NBA players, a whole
Wow.
Diddy One Good Time.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Which
Hey.
is dope. Um, my skills kind of exceed the bit of the ramen. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
And so had to do a rebrand. Is really what it was.
Sometimes it
I had to do. I
happens.
got to do a rebrand. You know what I mean? Took the time to how do I incorporate everything that I'm good at? You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying, into this business, and that's what I did. I believe in crafting the experience, tailoring the experience to the
Right.
customer. You know what I mean? Part of what I do when I, sort of set menus a lot of times, one of my little secrets out there,
Mm.
but it's okay. Is I ask people, like I ask you guys, what are your allergies? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What don't
Yeah,
you
you
like?
did do
You
that.
know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? What don't you like? You know what I mean? Oh, you don't like bell peppers? Cool. I ain't gotta cook with bell peppers. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. That way, whatever it is that I'm cooking, you're gonna love it regardless. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? No matter what, because it
Yeah.
doesn't have any of the things that you don't like in it.
Oh,
So that's kind of the basis behind it. It keeps me creative. You know what I mean? As far as with what I do. And Crafted by 2 and 3 was
born from
born,
Nice.
and keep going and flowing, I guess.
there you go.
Yay.
That was well said.
Yes, I love that because a lot like you're proving that cooking isn't a one size fits all type of thing. Even with
Yes.
vegetarians, a lot of people think like, oh, they're vegetarians, they must eat soy products or whatever.
Hmm.
But you're focusing more on what it actually is, like the vegetables, and then
Yes.
even on what people do like and don't like, and then even branching out on your own after the cauliflower stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's really important because a lot of people, even though we have certain dietary restrictions
Hmm.
or whichever, like it's still important to pay attention to the flavors of the food. And
Yes.
your food
I
definitely does that.
thank you. Um, Vegetables are important to me. You know what I mean? I grew up eating vegetables. Um, I grew up in the kitchen with my grandmother and all of them as well. And my grandmother used to cook, fried green tomatoes and
Yeah, it was
eggplant,
so fire.
grilled eggplant,
So
eggplant
fire.
every single type of way.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to having vegetables in my life. You know what I'm
mm.
Right.
saying? Spinach. I love me some spinach. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I was a skinny kid. Here's the story. So I was a I was a skinny kid growing up, and that was kind of how my mom got me to eat spinach in the first damn place. Was she's like, "Oh, you like watching Popeye,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
gotta bring the
If you eat
Popeye.
your spinach, you're gonna go big like Popeye. Need to work? No, but I love spinach to this day.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And so one of the issues that I have, even when I go out and I eat food, is people don't take care of their vegetables well. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? They really overcook them
yeah.
a lot. Where like I've learned that when you cook them down like that, you've taken out all the nutrients
That's
from
right.
them and all this sort of stuff.
Microwave them or something.
Microwaving them
Mhm.
or however, they just overdo them when you throw in all the extra sauces and stuff.
Yeah.
The vegetables don't need all that. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying?
Mhm.
And I try to make, like, when you eat my food, you're not realizing that all of this is good for you.
I love
Like
that.
That cactus
the
thing is
that bowl, that whole bowl, like when you look at it, you know what I'm saying? It looks like a whole lot of stuff going on with the noodles. I got the elote on the stick in there. You
Nice.
know what I'm saying? I got the cactus or the chicken or whatever specialty like protein or whatever thing I want to do,
Mhm.
and everything like that. Plus, it's chock full of vegetables, and by the time you're done, you're gonna feel great, and you won't even know, and it was that damn good.
Love
I'm
it.
not,
and,
you
that,
know.
and that's how you
Well,
supposed to do
that's
it.
right. Pat
So,
yourself.
what is your favorite dish to cook? If you pick one,
Oh,
literally, it's like what is it?
oh, um, I can't say dish. I can go cuisines.
Okay.
You know, I love Latin foods.
Mm.
I'm from California. I'm a California kid. I mean, we can't escape it. Mexican food, not just Mexican food. Okay, okay,
Look at the
because they're not
We'll
the
camera.
forget
only
to log
ones.
off.
No, they're not
Just
the only
kidding.
ones, guys. Let's be clear about
Yep.
this. Okay, some Salvadorian food,
That's right.
Peruvian food.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Guatemalan food. All
Nice.
these different cultures that do make up, all these Latin cultures that make up LA. Argentinian food.
Oh
Educate them.
yes.
Go
Oh
ahead.
my
Oh, that's
Argentinian food is
fire.
god.
good.
Some
Oh,
Brazilian food. You know what I'm
yes.
Oh,
saying?
Yeah.
So, and then I love Asian foods. That's
Mm.
my whole thing, from Japanese to Chinese to, Thai, Filipino
oh
food.
Lord.
Oh yeah.
Get
Filipino food
you
is fun.
get you a Filipino friend.
That's it. That was it. I'm like, can I do this today? Them camera angles was hitting, Keith.
I'm
Okay.
serious.
No,
Get you a Filipino
they're gonna
friend.
feed you.
They will feed you. Every party is a party.
And you
It
gonna
is like
eat
a whole
good.
catered event. You know what I'm saying? And you better bring you some place to go, because you're gonna feel bad that you didn't. I'm
I
telling
love
you
that.
for real.
Well, so we know you had some reactions to the Filipino food, but like, what's a good reaction someone had to tasting your food? What's something like
Um,
a noise they made?
um, I don't know if I'm a no. Well, it's the unfiltered. I've seen it
You could
before.
cuss.
Yeah.
I know. No, I
Oh,
know.
oh.
I've been cussing a little bit, but
So you saw somebody revealed something.
um,
They
I've
ate
seen
it.
physical reactions
Oh,
to my food. Um,
wow. Are you serious?
sorry, honey. I'm married. I'm
Oh,
sorry, honey.
oh.
um,
What is, it was just
uh,
good. Okay, the food was
it was
good.
just good. That was what it was. They really liked it a lot. Um, I think my favorite reaction as a chef is, it's like that one thing. I don't eat mushrooms, or
Mm.
I don't eat this,
May eat it.
but this one right here, though, this mushroom right here, the best damn mushroom I've ever had, dog. What'd you say was in this? Kale? No, bro. I ain't never ate a kale in my life.
Okay.
It's the best damn kale I've ever had. But I mean, that's the highest praise I can get.
Nice.
Like, recently I've been teaching like a cuisine across cultures and around the world
Mhm.
to this senior citizen home in
Mhm.
Brookdale Senior Citizen home in Santa Monica.
Wow.
And the greatest one I've gotten is from one of them. It's like, oh my God, this tastes just like the way my mom used to make, or
Wow.
my grandmother used to make. And mind you, these are, people who are not 60, 70. These are like in their 80s, 90s. So this is like to bring them back
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
such a
true
way
that.
through food, like that scene in Ratatouille.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like that scene in Ratatouille where dude, the evil critic, he eats that one bite, he just comes
Yeah, he
back when
went
he was a poor
crazy.
boy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's the best praise.
that's
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 real.
what you be
Yes.
doing.
Mind you, Ratatouille, outside of the rats, is probably one of the greatest,
Yeah,
I do like that
chef
it's a
movie.
movies
cute
out there. If you want to
movie.
get a real kind of
Yeah, especially with
glimpse of what it's like
cartoons.
behind the scenes a bit,
Oh, I
it's
love
fun.
that.
Yeah.
So, y'all, tonight's live episode is titled Crafted by Me in honor of
Okay.
Crafted by 213. So, our
Thank you.
ask up question of the night is, what are some ways that you take control of your life on a daily? So, we're going to be talking about taking control of your life,
Right.
crafting your life. We have more control of our life than we think, actually.
Mhm.
There's certain things, of course, but, utilizing what you do have control of. So, I'm going to go ahead and answer the question first. I would say ways that I take control of my life on a daily is when I first wake up. uh, waking up with gratitude, that has definitely shifted a lot
Yes.
of things, and like deciding what kind of day I'm gonna have.
Hmm.
Because we that first thought when you wake up, if you go this way with it, sometimes you
Mhm.
got to start over. I'm gonna start this day
That's
Yep.
over
true.
and
Yeah.
go from there. The other one I always have to say is boundaries. So me actually setting these parameters in my life and boundaries,
Hmm.
that has actually helped me move smoother
Yeah,
through
Mhm.
life lately. What
definitely.
about you, Bestie?
Yeah, for me would be the opposite of starting my day would be when I end my day.
I like that.
Um, I've also been practicing gratitude in even the smallest of things. Like, what am I grateful for? I had a really good shower today, or a great meal today,
Right.
as an example. But that's really been helping me because as I've been recovering from this whole medical thing that I had, it's reminding me that I'm actually still very much blessed. As much
Yes.
as I'm struggling physically right now, that there's still other things in my life that I can be grateful for. And even the people in my life, I still recognize like, oh, I have a great best friend, I have an amazing partner, I have a great family. So it's stuff like that that just keeps me going. I'm like, all right, this is the stuff that I can control. I'm keeping these people in my life on purpose. I'm keeping the good meals in my life on purpose as well. So that's one way that I take control of my life.
How craft my days. Um, I start off with laughter.
I like
Nice.
that.
You guys see I'm a giggly person, so
Yes.
I think laughter is key. You know, um, the world is a pretty messed up place. Whether we all know it. You know, and my life wasn't one of easy ones, but to laugh through the pain is the
Mhm.
best thing you can do. Oh my God! And so with my kids, you know what I mean. When I wake them up in the morning, I do my best because I'm like the first one up. I've been an early bird since I was a kid, um, but I try to get them up with the giggles. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even if it does kind of stray the day a little bit. You know what I mean? I gotta,
I don't want to
rein them back. And,
get
all right,
up.
let's go. We gotta get dressed. But I feel like that's like positivity. It's a great way to just get your energy up. You know what I'm saying? You get a laugh, your blood's pumping, and
Yes.
then now you smiling on the way out the doors. At least that's
Nice.
the goal.
And
You
I
know?
love that you brought up laughter because that goes with
Mhm.
taking control of of your mindset.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because mindset is all about perspective. So, like you
Hmm.
said, like I mean, I've had an upbringing, a wild upbringing as well too. But I've always been giggly too. And
Yeah.
you're right, laughing at your mistakes, laughing through it, having friends around you just make you laugh.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
you just need
Yes.
that good laugh and all the pain will go away. But that's you taking control of your
Mhm.
mindset. And it's like, you know what? I'm even though this is going on, I'm gonna laugh about it and
I'm
figure it
gonna laugh
out.
about it, and figure it out because like the I see it, life is already so difficult.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say like it can only get you can only go up from here. I like to think about that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So all right, fine. I lost my money on this investment or
Mhm.
something. Whatever.
Mhm.
I can only go up from here.
Right.
Only
You know
go
what
up.
I'm saying? I've fallen on my ass before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Well, you
saying?
got back up, didn't
That's
you?
right.
I believe in that. You're gonna fall on your ass, dust yourself back off,
Mhm.
and then keep fucking going. You know what I mean? Like there's no point in thinking about what shoulda, coulda, wouldas,
Right.
because that's where you get stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I
And you
mean?
can't change it. Like
You
it's already
can't change
gone.
it.
It's
And
past.
and if you can have the moment to find the humor or the silver lining in things,
Mhm.
I promise you, your life will be so much better.
I
You know what I
agree with
mean?
that.
Always, and even health, different things like that when it seems like it might be impossible. It's You were supposed to slow down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to be, but that's
Pause.
how I take it.
Mhm.
Our bodies become, ill a lot of times because we're moving too much, we're doing too much.
Mhm.
This is a very
That's
industrious
right.
country. So
Yeah.
we're always, on the go, and this is now the hustle culture that we all have. Y'all, I know y'all do more
Mhm.
outside of this podcast and different things like that. So you're kind of always constantly moving, and we forget to feed ourselves properly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Drink water.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We all drinking Gatorades and whatnot. Whatever.
I love it.
You know, um, and it wears us down. It really does. And so that's kind of that's a whole other reason why I kind of got into this too, is that I can make healthy food accessible, especially
Yes.
for us.
Accessible, like you
Exactly.
Especially
said.
for us,
People of
because
color.
like you
Yeah.
said, support brown media. I support you know brown healthy black and brown people being healthy. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mm.
Because it's important, and for far too long, this concept of healthy and somehow being, something that you have to have money for
Mhm.
is ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's all we got to do is just look back. You know what I mean? Like the reason why I'm a fan of Latino foods is, believe it or not, a lot of Latino foods, they eat a lot of rice and tortillas,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying, and beans, and I know that's kind of where the gorditos come from. Speak Spanish.
Hey.
I know that's where they come from, but a lot of the foods is still just basic lemon, rice, cilantro,
Yeah.
lemon, onion, cilantro,
Yeah.
tomatoes, a little bit of salt. And there's not even, believe it or not, there's not a lot of seasoning in
We
Mexican
don't.
food and
So
Latin foods, period. It's mostly chiles and stuff like
Right.
that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's where the flavors come from, and cooking those down and whatnot. You know what I mean? So we just got to look into what we've done and what we know, and we'll find it. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
it's no, it's true. You said that, and I want to go back to what you said about being stuck in
Yeah.
certain things. Sometimes too, we allow what we're stuck in to be the excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Like we hide behind that as the
Yeah.
excuse of like, oh, and then like sometimes I learn too. Like sometimes you have to take that accountability, change your environment.
Yeah.
I wanted to use this as an example. Glorilla, it came out that she did it like a 60-day challenge with her friends before they came up with FNF. And like it was basically like they detox a lot of things, like no distractions and focus. And it came out
That's
with
good.
that hit. And look at her now. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes we gotta make that active decision of
Mhm.
removing those things, or like you were saying, if our body is slowing us down,
Mhm.
getting
You
back
gotta
in
you
order,
gotta
getting that rest, your body will shut down. And
take a check into your life, and what are the things that are holding you back,
Right.
and it's not easy to let those things go. You know what I'm saying? Like, for my biggest holdup is I got a sugar addiction.
hey,
I
sugar,
like candy and sweets. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to take a toll on that because diabetes runs, rampant in the Black community.
Right.
right.
So, I got to figure that out. My grandmother passed, from diabetes and the complications that came from that, like dementia and all those sort of things.
Right.
I don't want that to happen. My uncle recently had the same thing happen to him. So I gotta slow down a little bit, or for instance, sometimes family, might be one
Mhm.
of those things, you know, where you just got the wrong person
Yeah,
in your
in your
ear,
ear.
or
Ooh,
or or surrounding you, friends
glad you
too.
said
Mhm.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those the people, take a look around you and you'll see, who you are. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's why we're going to say too, like sometimes it's about changing that environment in
Mhm.
order for you to be able to change that mindset. Like you were saying, if you have the wrong person in your ear, think about if you have 5 of those type of people
Oh,
around you.
man.
Like they always say, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are, right?
Exactly.
It's that same type of thing where if you have a good sorry a good group of people who have a good mindset or a growth mindset, they're
Yes.
willing to go past the barriers, then you'll start to realize, you know what, I can do it too. If
Yeah.
my best friend is telling me that she can do this and she's been making all these moves, then I can do the same thing.
Right.
Obviously, granted, you have your own path because that's what everybody's going to do, but at the end of the day, like sometimes you just need someone just kind of pushing you or making you see things from a different perspective.
Yes.
Kind of like with cooking as well, right? Sometimes we think, oh, salt and pepper maybe are the only things that we can add to it, or even for us, like for me as a Latina, we use a lot of bouillon.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I know that's high in sodium as well, so it's like we're
Yes.
trying to cut back on that, and then how can we
You could
figure
always
out?
make it from scratch.
I like that. See, I didn't know that.
Look, we learning tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
you
well,
know,
I'm sorry.
I go ahead.
Oh, well, it was going to what you said. Speaking of starting making things from scratch, sometimes you got to use what you got to get what you
Yes.
want. So I think that's
Yes.
another thing added to mindset.
Well, I'm gonna get back to that one.
No, it's good.
That's
Go
like,
ahead, drop them nuggets. Go ahead.
but about, surrounding yourself with the right people. Let's go back to my crew, Tiny Art Gallery, right?
Mm.
Um, like I said, I've been in the chef game for a while, and I've had some great mentors, that have shout out to Chef Mike, and my boy Andres, and my other guy Nate, my first sous chef. He was pretty dope too.
Hey.
And my guy Mervin too, because he taught me how to be creative. But
I love that.
gotta give people their roses. Oh,
That's
and
right.
David, he knows who he is. But
He knows who he is. I'm like, go ahead, I'm listening. We listening.
but I was stuck. Like, okay, let's go to my guy David first. Okay, this is why. So about when I was 25 years old, right?
Mm.
I was working in the industry. I was working at USC at the time. I was putting in about 90 hours every 2 weeks or so, or about every 2 weeks, maybe more sometimes. Um, One time I went up to like 140 hours. Anyways, my boy David, he asked me one day, you know, he was like, "What's your goal in this industry?
Mm.
Do you have any goals? Do you have a 5-year plan?" And I never had anybody ask me that
Mm.
before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
well, so what's
Challenging.
what? Why are you here? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Are you just here to cook? There's some guys, some OGs that I don't. They've been chefs before, and they just kind of want to saute all day. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Which is cool. I
Yeah.
understand that after running a couple
Hmm.
of things. God damn, that feels nice. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah. I
it.
bet.
But just to sit there and cook, whew, God, what was I thinking? But I'm here now and I'm happy.
That shot through,
I
man.
was about to. I'm sorry.
Woo! Uh, but I'm glad I had a David in my life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
To give me that, because then
Give
that
me
made me
one.
take stock. Okay, well, what am I doing with my career? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that set the 5-year plan. Okay, well, the entire reason why I went into culinary school in the first place because I wanted to own a business, and I understood that food is you can make some money selling food. Come to find out, I'm pretty good at cooking food.
Mhm.
Let's make some money.
Let's
You know
make
what I mean?
somebody. Yes.
I
Nice.
never really I got lost in the cooking portion of it all. Like I said, David put me back on track, and then I set my 5-year goal into play. Where I am now at 32 is exactly where I thought I was supposed to
And
be
you did.
at 25. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Woo!
I knew it was gonna take me about five
But you
years to
doing
keep
it.
working. I had to move myself up in my industry,
Right.
become the chef, the executive chef. You know what I'm saying? Branch out to owning my own business one day and do the pitfalls of owning your own business, the ups and downs, I should say, because it's
Yes.
not
Mhm.
really a pitfall. I'm doing great. But the ups and downs of owning a business and everything. Now I got a whole nother 5-year plan. I'm
Nice.
2028 when the Olympics come here. You're gonna see a whole nother crafted by 213.
It's about
Yes.
resetting it
I'm
at the
telling
end
you,
of the
you,
day.
you
Right.
gotta you
And
gotta
it's
reset and
about what you
refocus.
tell yourself during those
Hmm.
down moments. Self-talk matters. So, y'all, it is time for our tweet up segment. So y'all know I like to be on Twitter. So
Okay.
something that
Twitter's a wild place.
it is one place. But something that I tweeted this week that goes with our episode is acknowledge the power that you do have in your life. I
Yeah.
think sometimes we focus on our downfalls a lot, like what
Hmm.
we don't got, what friend ain't there, what person ain't, what is around you. You
Right.
know, especially like you with cooking, what customers do you have? We focus on,
Right.
oh, well, I should be having this. Same with listeners, we could be like, oh, this person ain't listening, but who is listening?
Right.
Right.
And I feel like when we shift that, and that's where that power comes from.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take that, utilize it, and create more out of it.
Mhm.
Don't let your power go to waste, y'all. We are all powerful in our own way. My power may look different from Jen's power and yours power, but we all have our own power.
Yeah.
And I feel
Mhm.
like us coming together, collaborating, that makes a powerful community. So
Definitely.
I had to throw that in there for tonight.
Hey.
No, that's I doubt will kill your dreams.
Yes.
Okay. Doubt will definitely kill your dreams. Um
Ooh,
you
yes.
know
Go ahead. That was a shot.
doubt
It just hit
will
me.
kill your dreams. It's you gotta believe in yourself and believe in yourself when nobody else will.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
You could be the only one.
Because and sometimes you gotta be a little selfish,
Yeah.
Mm.
unfortunately. And that's the way of the world because, you know, even when you give to people so much, don't always expect them to give back to you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a little less will borrow money. Don't let somebody borrow $20 you aren't willing to give away.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Look
saying?
at it
That
as a
sort of
gift
thing.
sometimes.
Mhm.
You give
You know
it a
what I mean?
gift.
You gotta be expected it just might be lost,
Losing. Yep.
But that's where, like you said, having your power and knowing who you are on the inside comes into play. That's a daily thing.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
That's a everyday thing to constantly,
Every day.
Making a
look at yourself
choice.
and like this is what
Yes.
I want to do and keep going. You
Yeah,
know?
that's why you need to realize too how long you're actually letting something take control of your life, right?
Yeah.
I know, like how we were mentioning earlier, that sometimes we think about the past or how many listeners we don't have or whichever, but it's like, how is that productive? I'm always asking myself, how can I be more productive? Okay, yes, I feel like crap today. How can I not make myself feel that way,
Yeah.
or maybe feel that way a little bit less today, or something like that? And that's really where I'm trying to keep control of, or yeah, control of my power, I would say,
Mm.
because it's reminding me that okay, even though life is throwing curveballs and I may not be where I wanted to be, and I have all these plans or whatever, at the end of the day I'm still making more progress than I thought I would. Because
Yes.
if you had asked me when I was 18 that
Hmm.
at this age I would be running a podcast like this with my best friend, I wouldn't have believed it.
Right.
And then for it to be grown the way that it has, it's amazing. So it's just something that is a reminder, like, okay, don't focus on what isn't here yet. Focus on what has come, and then that just makes it like me look forward more to what is about to come.
Yes.
I love it. That's well said. Because you be looking back like I got through that, so I'm gonna
Damn.
get through
Hmm.
this next challenge. So we got two questions for you that kind of go together. What is a failed dish that you made? Like, it's a funny one. And what's a cooking tip that everyone must know? So it could be anything. Like we had a chef on. We had a chef on one time, and she said, "Don't make your oil too hot." So what's something simple like that? Like
Okay. Okay.
it's like
Always bake your turkeys. We're in holiday time.
okay.
Okay. Base your turkey, guys. You want a juicy turkey? You base that turkey every 15 to 30 minutes. I know you keep opening and closing that oven, but I promise you, base your damn turkeys. That's why you got some dry ass turkeys.
She's back
Okay.
there taking notes.
Write it down, boy. You know what I'm saying? Base them turkeys. Okay. And then pull it out.
And then what's the failed dish you tried one
Failed
time?
dish.
It could be something you tried. It's like, oh, let me try. I'm gonna get better at it.
Mm, okay. Mm, yeah, okay. So I did a chef's table at the top of 2019, 2020 or something like that. And it was supposed to be this watermelon ahi salad.
Mm,
Oh, it's up
that
here.
sounds
It just came out too spicy.
okay.
It just came out way too
Wait, you
spicy.
should have passed it my way though.
The
Ain't no
You know what I'm
such
she
thing as
saying?
loves
too spicy
watermelon.
here.
You know,
And yeah, mix with
I'm gonna redo it though. I'm
Yeah,
gonna redo it
we'll
because
try it
I
first.
I did it as a taste of 213 chef's table thing that I did.
Mhm.
So I had like 8 seeds. I did about four different dishes from the four corners of Los Angeles where I initially grew up. So it was
Nice.
I did a Hollywood, Santa Monica, Compton, and Koreatown.
Oh,
And
hey.
so yeah, so I'm actually look out for that for next year. I'm thinking about doing that again sometime in May. Okay,
Nice.
another
And
taste of two and
it's gonna
three.
be tasting right.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
So
We're gonna bring you know what? Yeah, we're gonna redo that watermelon ahi salad.
That's
we're
right.
gonna
Okay,
bounce
and
back.
it's gonna be delicious.
Y'all heard that?
Um,
Look out for them.
look out for it,
So
okay?
it is time for our life up segments. That's what we take tonight's episode and we compare it. We pull it in with today's world. So go ahead, Bestie. What's our life up for tonight?
So tonight, in what we've been talking about, we're speaking on how people do not acknowledge how much power they truly have. Right, a lot of people like to play the victim in their situations, in their circumstances, and I think what I've been learning from that I really like lately is having a victim versus a victor mentality.
Yeah,
And then it's like it places a power on where you want it to be. Like, yeah, sure, you could say this and this happened to me, this and this trauma, whatever, and things like that. Or you could say, okay, what did I learn from that? How can I make that my strength? How can I make that as my foundation? Kind of use it as like your rock bottom, right? Where
right.
it's like, okay, I hit the lowest point. Let me reach back up
Hmm.
and then just go from there. And then
Like
just,
that.
I would rather know that I won from a situation rather than like, oh, it kind of let it consume me. I became this person because of that, blah blah. No, screw that. Like, I'm gonna be a bigger, stronger, better person after that. So
And
we're just reminding people of that with this segment.
that's huge. And then the part B to that, or that we have, is to the lack of the solution based
Hmm.
mindset. So it's like a
Yeah,
lot of problem based mindsets, and then holding grudges longer than we should, and living in the past and not the current moment. I feel like that helps us lose control of our life
yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're giving now power to the past versus what we have right now in this present moment.
Hmm.
So we have a question for you. Has anyone ever said something that made you question your dream? If so, how did you overcome it?
Um, yes, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not getting into a lot of
Yeah, just
detail,
a quick, like
but
a quick story. Not even story, just a quick.
well, I let's just say I've been there.
Okay.
Okay, and that's where a lot of my confidence in what I can do these, years that I have that I'm in now came from was from some of those early years. You know what I mean? Like I said, the people that you keep around you is
Hmm.
important.
Yes.
Okay. Because when you hear a lot of negativity, it does bring you down. You question yourself.
Yeah.
You question yourself, and you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? We all have that light, that spark, our spirit, our soul, whatever you want to call
Hmm.
it may be, and it speaks to us.
Hmm.
Okay? And a lot of times we're all too busy to listen. And when you take the time to really listen to yourself, you'll realize you were doing what you were supposed to do
Yeah.
the whole time. women call it with us with men when we be messing up sometimes. I knew it. I knew his ass was wrong. And we be, we be called like I know her ass was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, you know what I mean? And we get mad in those moments because we didn't listen. You know what I mean? We didn't listen to ourselves. And so I it I've been there and it takes, putting I got a whole playlist that I have of music that specifically is just my money making playlist. It's
There
just
we
all
go.
about,
Nice.
Rick Ross hustling and all this other shit.
Yes.
Shout
You know what I'm
out.
saying? The Diamonds Are Forever remix. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Let me handle my business. Damn, all sort of shit like that. You know what I mean? To keep me going and flowing. Because it's what's important. I me and my friends, like I said, the tag team, we bonded over that sort of thing. We all kind of had that negative year in our
Yeah.
lives, and we bonded from, okay, we'll be each other's positive rock fan.
I
Mm.
love
You
that
know what I'm
positive
saying?
rock.
We'll
Yes.
we'll be each other's rock. We'll be the crew. You know what I'm saying? Death row, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we see each other succeed.
Oh,
You know what
I
I'm
Mhm.
love
saying? We got
that.
the group chat now. You know what I'm saying? You go in it. My boy, shout out to Mr. Sampson.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah, I met him
saying?
before.
Mr.
Hey,
Sampson just got he just had him an interview on Revolt. You know what I'm saying? Revolt
shout
TV,
out.
which is
Yes.
dope. You know what I'm saying? I got my friend Mahela. She's doing stadiums and event coordinating. She used to be a server. When we all first met, you know what I'm saying? She was a server at a restaurant and now she's event coordinating for stadiums and shit. It's
That
fucking
is.
crazy.
Love to hear
Nice.
It's
this.
amazing. You know what I'm saying? My boy Vic, that guy's out of this world and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But it takes, like I said, having that group of people in that team.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? And then, eventually you find people that, like you said, like-minded individuals
Mhm.
continue to just branch out and grab more people that want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've gone in circles where I'm like, you know what? I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out. It's like, bro, you're thinking the wrong way, man.
Mm.
You think, and you need people like that that'll
Yes.
just
Correct that
that'll
Thinking
mindset
snap
outside.
you out of that.
Mhm.
You bad talking yourself too much.
and
You
not
know what I'm
Mhm.
kick you
saying?
when you're down.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna
Yeah.
be okay. It's gonna be okay. Or that'll be like, you know what? I got an idea. Oh, I love some idea people. You know what I'm
Yes.
Do
saying?
Yes.
it.
I love some you
Productive.
know
Uh,
what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
talking about.
I got an idea. All right, let's run that idea. And what was it? If it fails, it fails. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Eminem said, "I'm more scared of success than I am failing." You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
Nice.
and
It's
that's
crazy.
let that sink in.
I've fallen on my ass before. It's
Mhm.
nothing new.
Mhm.
Mama whooped my ass more than these streets can. You know what
But
I'm
you
saying?
you got back up.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing nobody can do to touch me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you gotta hold on to that. That's important.
And
You
that's you
know.
Right.
crafting your life. So a quick, we have another sponsor to shout out real quick.
Shout out to Be Actual Natural. Why settle for less? All their products are created with you in mind for a goal to let your self love show through your self care. Their chemical free hair and skincare products are handmade, plant based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Treat yourself while you're taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com. I might have added an extra W in there, sorry. Or check them out on Instagram at Be Actual Natural.
Yes, make sure y'all tap in. But guess what? Y'all know what time it is. Uh-oh, I know my belly. Hey, it is time for our drink up water segment. So you're listening right now. Please grab your water and drink some water.
Look,
And
I
Jen
feel
is
bad.
going to have a water fact for
I feel so
tonight.
bad. I took her water bottle, guys.
No
My bad.
worries.
Oh,
It is all good. I got a whole gallon in my car.
that's
So
what I'm
Yeah,
talking
right,
about.
that part. We stay with the
That's what I'm talking
water.
about. I
good.
keep my hydro flask on me at all times.
Yes,
Go ahead.
same.
Promise you.
All right, so tonight's water fact, y'all, do you ever struggle with dark eye circles? Okay, because for me, underneath this makeup, definitely. So sometimes dark under eye circles are truly from lack of a good night's sleep, or perhaps because of genetics. However, dark under eye circles are sometimes caused by lack of hydration. Taking in more water throughout the day may possibly reduce those puffy dark circles. If your body's in need of more water, then it will hold on to whatever it has for storage purposes. Y'all ever feel more inflamed in different areas when you haven't drank water? Yeah, that's your water. That's your body restoring things because you ain't drank enough. So by drinking more water, you can definitely decrease puffiness around the eye area. So make sure you are hydrating yourselves. And this is from relaxthespa.com. You can check them out and learn a little bit more about the under eye circles.
And that was our water fact for tonight with my bestie. Y'all better be drinking some water,
Yes.
Some
especially
water.
been eating some good food.
Hydrate.
So now it's time to go back to our episode. So describe the presentation of your food any way you want.
Mm, okay. I I like a play on colors.
Oh,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
new.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know, like something about bright colors are dope to me.
Nice.
And so, and especially now being around surrounded by all these art individuals, it is my whole mindset about how I want to do food and everything. So, you know, I'm big on my flavors being blended because I've seen a lot of these high end fancy restaurants, you know what I'm saying, that do these beautiful plates that look like forests and whatnot, but then when you eat into it, it just tastes like garbage.
Right.
So I focus on the flavor first, but my plating, like I said, I like to do bright colors and the contrast of colors, a
Mm,
lot of yin yang type things and stuff like that, just because it's catchy to the eye. You know what I mean? And having that little balance and dichotomy, something like
nice.
that is just cool to me. So that's what I usually do. Yeah.
Yeah, your food does the
Yeah,
presentation is really nice, by the way. So it's time for our quote up segments. Y'all know our bestie is a quote, so she got a quote for tonight.
Tonight's quote is short and sweet. The pen that writes your life story must be held in your own hand by Irene C. Casorla. And that basically speaks into what we've been talking about tonight, right? With crafting your own life, making sure that you're writing your own story,
Mhm.
that you don't have too many negative people in your head. But I really like this because it's a reminder of how much power we actually do hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have a choice. Every day we
You're in
wait. Every
charge of
day is
everything.
decisions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even if someone feels you should do something else, what do you want?
Exactly.
And
You wanna
with this
do
whole too, I gotta say this too. We're in a time where people, cause social media, we're comparing ourselves to other people.
FOMO.
End of the day, what
Yeah.
do you want?
Yeah.
Are you happy with with that accomplishment, or you did it because you felt they wanted that for you? You were trying to outdo what they were doing.
Well, like
You
I
know?
believe like, okay, healthy competition is fun. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like that's why you have your group of people around you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I see that my guy is doing this, so I wanna do something like that too.
Mhm.
But don't do it to the point where it kind of consumes everything
Right.
that you
You're
do. You
trying
know
to
what I
just
mean?
top everything they're
Trying
doing.
to constantly, because you'll burn yourself out that
And you
way.
end up focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing more
Exactly.
on the person than your
Then
actual
you are on
life.
And
yourself.
then
Yeah.
Very
what if
true.
they just woke up the next day saying they want to do something else?
That
Then
part.
that's why people be lost because they have
Mhm.
a loss of identity for who they are, what they
Mhm.
really want.
Mm.
So I meant to say actually this after the quote up. What is a quote that you live by?
Difficult takes a day and impossible takes a week.
Ooh,
Ooh.
say that
Jay-Z.
again.
Difficult takes a day and impossible takes a week. I
Okay.
can promise you this. So whenever a lot of times I've been booked up, you know what I'm saying? But um a lot of times when somebody gives me the call, like, yo, look, man, I need this and this and that. When can you do this? All right. That sounds difficult. Give me 24 hours. Okay. Man, look, bro. Look, somebody came with me with the impossible. All right, give me a week. I got you.
Nice.
And I get it done. You know what I'm saying? Difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. With that mindset, it's what keeps me moving forward and challenging myself to, you know, go beyond what's the norm. You know what I mean? Because everybody kind of holds
Mm.
themselves up on, this is too much of a challenge. Oh, this was too hard. This is impossible. Oh,
Mm.
this is too difficult. Nah, man. Difficult takes a day. Give me 24 hours to figure out some difficult shit.
Nice.
And impossible, give me about a week.
I
You know
like
what I'm
that
I like
because
saying?
that.
you remove the blockage even from your own
Exactly.
mindset in that way.
Exactly. It's like you learn that in the cooking a bit. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I say, when you open the pantry and you like I know trips everybody out like how our moms and grandparents would do it like, oh, there's nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? But then they go like, boy, you didn't see that you got this and that and
Yeah,
that,
and
you
they
know what I'm
make
saying?
something out of it.
And boom, like, damn,
That's
mama,
my
how you get
nana,
all that out of
man.
that?
Right. That's my
I
nana.
love doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite thing in the whole wide
It'd be a
world to
whole
do.
meal. You like,
You know,
how the
how
hell?
did you even damn, this is good. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because that's where the challenge comes from. You know what I mean? It's fun. Like I said, it makes it fun. It keeps you creative.
Mhm.
You know?
And then speaking of the word fun,
Yeah.
We have a fun question to ask you.
Okay, here we go.
If you won the lottery today, what would you do with the money?
not one thing, but go ahead.
Okay. Um, how much money are we talking about?
Whatever the
What
Ah,
was
lottery.
okay,
the
let's
latest
say
lottery?
what's the
It's
latest?
gonna be
We'll
more
go
than
like
what we got right now
500 million.
Yeah, let's say that.
500
after
million.
taxes, because yeah, the taxes.
real.
350 million.
Yeah. Let's be real.
$350 million. I'm investing in black produce, black
Mm,
farmers,
mm.
you know, black agriculture.
I like that.
Okay, first and foremost, education.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? More urban farming. You know what I'm saying? I'm really good friends with the people at the Compton Community Garden. They've done great, amazing, wonderful things over there, and especially being from that city, and I'm a '90s kid from Compton, so I've seen some good shit and I've seen some bad shit. You know what I'm saying? And so to see the way that city's transforming, is beautiful and amazing,
Mm,
and it's staying black and brown. That's the best part about it too.
right.
So I think that's very key and crucial. One of the things that I just recently wrote an article on um, was about the the disparity
Mm,
between our grocery stores
Mhm.
in the black and brown communities and, let's say, the pavilions in West Hollywood or in Santa Monica
yeah.
or some other places like
Mm.
that. And when you go to our damn grocery stores, you notice that all of our
Like
cilantro
the
and all of our
produce is
tomatoes, it's
old.
all old.
Rotten.
They're still in
Yeah.
the same damn boxes
Mhm.
piled on top of each other.
Yes.
We grew up, if we went shopping, we got taught that you have to look through them.
Go
You
to
know what
the
I'm saying?
Yes.
back.
Make sure you got to go to the back. When you go to these other grocery stores and these other
Yeah.
neighborhoods, they keep limited quantities of everything.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's all fresh. You might even find you some specialty stuff too, because that's
Yeah.
where they put it
Yeah, certain
is over there.
mushrooms.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Certain vegetables and different things like that. Those the what are they called? The superfoods and
Mhm.
different stuff like that. You're gonna find them in plenty over there and for cheaper prices too. But
Mhm.
in our neighborhoods, we gotta sift through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
So,
I'm tired of it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's what I'll put some of my
that
money
is a
into.
I
good
Black
agree.
infrastructure, into black media, black and brown media. You know what I'm
doing
saying?
it.
Being able to get our voices out there the best way
Mhm.
possible. You know what I'm saying? The arts, I believe in the
Yep.
arts. You know what I'm saying? Bring back the music programs in the best
Yes.
possible way. I was a music kid. I played the violin and percussion in high school. You know
She
what I'm
was. She
saying?
was a kid
So
too.
Hey.
so I think that's very important. It gives us a different perspective on life and
Mhm.
everything like that. So
Those were
yeah.
some great
I love
answers.
that.
Look, so we're gonna bet on you to win. So it is time for our wrap up segment. Yeah, that was great. Get him a clap for that.
Yes.
So our wrap up segment. How does this relate to self love? Self love is taking control of your life and making the decisions that you want to do, getting your power back.
Right?
Stop giving your power to other things. Put it back into yourself. So well, we're gonna start with a quick question. How do you practice self love before we get out of here?
I'm a weed smoker. So
Hey,
I gotta take that 10, 20 minutes to myself. You know what I'm saying? To kind of refocus a bit. It helps with my creativity, cools
mm,
my muscles
the
down after a
That's
colors.
long
right.
day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
right.
all natural. Um, but I take that time.
Mm,
Even with my kids,
mhm,
I take that time. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like, but even outside of just having the marijuana and stuff like that, taking that 15 to 20 minutes of just I gotta have this time for myself.
I
It's
like
just
that.
to
It's like it's gunshot.
Right.
or I was
Keeping
thinking
it
about
in.
shutting doors. I ain't gonna shoot my kids. I love them. They're
No, no,
babies.
no. I'm talking about keys noise. No, not like
They do drive me
that.
crazy sometimes.
The noise you
Not gonna
make.
lie, today they was testing me, but I had to test their bus a little bit too. but you gotta have that moment. To take that moment to yourself, man.
Mhm.
It's crucial, especially for those of us, for you guys that are industrious, like I said, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to do all these sorts of things. You're busy, I know, podcasts every day or whenever. Take that time to breathe,
Mhm.
to just drink some water,
Yeah, that's what we got. Mine's off.
all that sort of stuff. And your body will thank you for it.
Yes,
I promise
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
eat
this.
some good crafted by 213
Eat some good
food
crafted by
too.
Hey.
213.
So Jen has a final question for you for tonight.
What do you want to be remembered for?
um, wow. Wow. I want to say that I did it.
Mm.
Everything that I said that I was gonna do,
Mhm.
I did it. You
Oh,
know,
that was well said.
um, I got a lot of goals. I got a lot of thoughts and ideas past this food stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say that I did it. And my kids will say that I did it. Not even just that I did it, but I did it for them, and they will have it after I'm gone, because that's what this is all about for me.
And you doing it, building
Legacy,
legacy.
baby.
Oh, we was in
Legacy.
tune with that.
Breaking generational
So
curses up
precious.
in here. You know what I'm saying? You know, my dad was in and out of jail too. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have these positive, or as many as I should have, positive male role models in my life. You know what I'm saying? I had to figure out on my own on what it meant to be a dad and a father. You know what I mean? So and a husband as well. Oh my God, that too. That's something, especially as Black men, with being a husband in a marriage and whatnot. I had to learn all that shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? And so legacy is important to me. It's major, I want my girls to grow up and be proud.
Aw.
I think they are.
You already
but we'll
doing
see.
it. I just want to throw that out there. And remember, y'all, happiness is a choice. So a part of
Yes.
crafting your life is choosing to be happy too as well. Include happiness on the plate with that when you're crafting your life. And Jen, what's our wrap up for the night?
Reminder, y'all, we may not get to choose what happens to us, but we do get to choose how to react or not to react. Remember, we don't have to react to everything, to our situations, and we must learn how to move forward.
I love that. It was an honor
Yes,
and a
thank you
pleasure
guys. I'm
having you
glad
on
I
Speak Up
finally got a chance to
JV.
come over here with you guys.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
yes, sir.
yes.
But before we go,
Absolutely.
shout your information. We're gonna shout you out, but go ahead. We want to hear from you. Shout it out.
I'm the Kitchen Jedi on
Where can they
Instagram,
find
and
you?
I mean, Google me, bitch.
It is.
You can Google me. I'm Googleable. Chef Courtney Beavers on Google.
Hey,
Okay. But on Instagram, I'm the Kitchen Jedi, TikTok,
track
Twitter.
it.
I'll say some wild stuff on Twitter sometimes. You can check out the clothing, bacon, eggs, apparel. Crafted by 213, crafted b.213 on Instagram to get your food fix. Holla at me. I'm your boy.
I love that. And then before we go, y'all, quick shout out to our amazing sponsor. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California.
Thanks, Lord.
Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for mine. Tell them to Speak Up JV. Since your Instagram is at my.bar.
And shout out to our kitchen Jedi, crafted by 213. Is your partner tired of your lackluster performance in the kitchen? Are you tired of opening the fridge and not knowing what to cook? Do you close your full pantry and say, there's nothing to eat? Call Crafted by 213. From catering to classes, let them craft the perfect experience for you. Bringing the flavors of the West Coast with love, Crafted by 213 will always leave you satisfied. Ask for a quote on IG at craftedb.213.
And while you on here, we want to thank you for being a sponsor. Also,
Yes,
shout out to
of
Be
course,
Actual
yes.
Natural. Why settle for less? Are the products created with you in mind? For go to let your self love show through your self care. The chemical free hair and skin products are handmade, plant based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Treat yourself while taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com. Instagram is at Be Actual Natural. Y'all, we will be back next week. Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Y'all follow us on Instagram at Speak Up
Follow him.
JV. Follow us on Twitter
What's wrong
at
with
Speak
y'all?
Up JV. My personal is at Vernice. That's V
I
as
need
in
to be
Victor.
listening. Hope he is.
ERNISA. And we're also back with our pre-recorded episodes. So, subscribe to our Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all that. Okay, Speak Up JV is
Syndicated.
global. Okay, but we love y'all. We appreciate y'all today. Thank you again, Courtney,
Thank
for
you guys for
pulling
having me.
up. This was
Appreciate
a
you guys.
great
Thank you.
episode. Love y'all. We'll
Love
see
y'all.
y'all. Bye. Keep a rich spirit. Hey.